guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your sister EuniUnni in the house today, and I'm so happy to see every single one of you. It seems like it's been a while since I've seen you guys, and I'm so excited that I came back with this video because this is a video that I filmed in Dubai. So the settings will be all in Dubai, and the topic that we're going to be talking about is the truth about Korean plastic surgery and skincare procedures in Korea. And I know so many people had questions and so many things that they wanted to really hear from an expert about plastic surgery and skincare procedures. So I asked Tony to do a collab video with me. So I want to give a big shout out to Seoul Medical Guide for making all of this possible. And if you guys have any other questions, please don't forget to leave it in the comments below. It can be very detailed with your specific skin concerns or concerns that you have or questions that you have about plastic surgery. We're gonna make another video answering those specific questions, so feel free to leave it in the comments below. So let me introduce Tony to you guys.
Hi everybody, I am Tony from Seoul Guide Medical. We're Korea's largest medical tourism service provider and one of the oldest ones in the industry.
So you're going to be able to see amazing collab videos that we filmed together in Dubai. Alright, so Jocelyn White 99 asked, do you know how much the basic laser for the scar treatment costs, and what treatment gives the best results for acne scars?
So lasers for scar treatments really range in price. You can find a really old low-level treatment for like let's say $50 US, speaking in US money, all the way up until about $1,000 US or more. So every patient is different. We really have to see your skin. In general, what you want is something that resurfaces your skin and makes the pores or the scars, instead of being like this, pop out a little bit more. With each treatment improving your acne scars about 15 to 20%. So there's dual fraxel, there's intracell, there's a whole bunch of different treatments. It's person to person. There is no one treatment that fits all. There's no one price that fits all. You really have to send in your photos and think, it's going to be anywhere from like $50 to like $1,000.
Right, but the best results would be about 15 to 20%.
Yeah, so the best results you can expect at let's say a really high-end laser, 10% to 20%. If it's really good, 15 to 20%. And an average price is really hard to give again because we don't know is it just this part? Is it your whole face?
Got you.
How many sessions you need as well. In general, you can expect to have 2 to 3 sessions for the really high-end lasers and many, many more, up to 12 sessions for the really low-end lasers.
So I get a lot of questions about especially acne because it's so pesky. Is there a treatment that can treat acne?
Yes, that's a great question. So there is a treatment that can treat acne permanently. There's one specific clinic that does it really well, Renovo Skin Clinic in Gangnam, and they do something called Acne Treatment. What it does is for permanent acne that reoccurs, it happens because you have overproduction of sebum in your skin. So they actually go inside, remove sebum from the source, which means no more acne will come. So once you remove the sebum, the rest of the acne comes out over the next day or so. You come back to the clinic the next day. It's a 2-day process. And the next day, they remove the last little bit of it.
Right.
What happens is that your body is like, okay, now there's no more sebum. So it starts to overproduce sebum in your face temporarily.
That's what I would think.
But it's temporarily, only for about a month or so. And then after the month or so, everything kind of clears up and it's gone. The acne that you remove from a specific spot, let's say here, is never going to come back. But that doesn't mean it won't form in another spot.
Yeah.
If you were going to form that acne here due to the sebum inside, it would have formed naturally whether you remove this or not. So that's unavoidable. But we do one by one or the entire face. So yeah, you can remove acne permanently if you want to.
Question, but we have so much amount of pores, right? So you don't know where it's going to reoccur. So how would you treat it?
This is not for people who have like just, an acne that shows up here and there.
Right.
This is for the severe one that pops up in the same place over and over and over. That's the one you want to remove. And people tend to have it not in one spot, but in several places.
Right.
And it's really damaging to your self-confidence and your self-esteem. So people come in, we remove as much as we can, and in those spots, it'll never show up. And it tends to clear out your face a lot. It's one of the most popular treatments and most requested ones we have.
All right, so this is a really good question. Carla Mary says, do you think you can get the same results with topical skincare products instead of going for those unnatural procedures? I just feel like, why are we spending so much money on skincare that targets those concerns if it doesn't really help as much? And most celebs just go straight for the lasers and other treatments.
Really good question, Carla. Thanks for asking it. So the answer is that skincare products do help, but they scientifically cannot do what, like the treatments that celebrities do and that we do at the skin clinics. It just doesn't work that way. For example, if you have a pore, the pore is a depression like this. If you want to reduce your pores, you need to resurface your pore by actually having an ablative or non-ablative laser lift it up slightly. Every session's 10 to 15 to 20% or so. And eventually after 2 or 3 sessions, your pore becomes a little bit better, but not 100%. If you take topical creams, they literally can't resurface your skin. So what you're doing is you're helping only the top layer of your skin. You're helping to moisturize it, perhaps cover it up a little bit, make it a little bit healthier. So you do need skincare products.
You do. It's important.
Yes, it's important for the top layer of your skin, but if you want to get really down deep underneath your skin to fix structural issues, then it's beauty treatments at skincare clinics. And those celebrities, because we do a lot of celebrities that come, and they do, of course, do all of these treatments, but that's not it. They have a regimen that they do at home, several steps, toner, essence, creams, and it does make a big difference in the long run.
Right. And I mean, I find that skincare and both the procedures is really important because skincare and procedures, it can go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And I believe to get that maximum or drastic results, sometimes it's good to get that little push from the procedures.
Yeah. And also after you do your procedure, it's not like you just do your procedure and then leave and you're okay forever.
Exactly.
We keep growing and our skin keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
So we literally give sometimes rejuvenation creams after certain lasers, especially ablative ones, to rejuvenate your skin. And we suggest, keep purchasing those kinds of creams that really have a rejuvenation effect.
So I have some good ones for you. A lot of people asked for the price of specific treatments or procedures, but it varies so differently, like in different hospitals and things like that. Why is the gap so huge sometimes?
That's kind of like asking what's the price difference between a $300 computer and a $3,000 computer, or the difference between a used car that's $1,000 and a brand new car that's, a sports car that's $100,000.
Got your car I could relate to now.
Yeah, the car you can kind of relate to. It's very, very different. So first off, the doctor, remember the doctor's value is based on his skill and his time, and it's very limited. The doctor, for example, if you want a doctor that performs 9 surgeries per day, and that's like a robot, they could lower their price. But if you want a doctor that performs 1 or 2 surgeries per day, and that values his time and is always fresh for you, the price is going to be higher.
Right.
If you have a doctor who's like a low-level doctor who doesn't have a lot of training, he's going to lower his value.
Right.
But a doctor that is, trained and has 10 years, 15 years of experience and does movie stars and things like that, they're going to have a different value associated to them. So the first thing is with the value of the doctor, then the value of the hospital, all those associated costs with that, how well they treat you as well. If you want full service, I mean, if you go to a spa, or if you just do your own massage at home, it's very, very different. And on top of that, that's for things like plastic surgery and skincare. But if you go directly into skincare, there's oils that we use. Some are like $400 per 100 milliliters. So you can imagine if we use that on you, how much do we have to charge you for that? And then if you use something that's like $1 for 100 millimeters, it's much, much cheaper.
Gotcha.
I've had, you had the sucking treatment where we sucked out all the pores, the aqua peel based thing. I've had it done on myself for 50,000 won. And I've had it done for 330,000 won. So it's not the same thing. When I did the one that was 50,000 won, I told myself, I'm never going to do this again. It was just a waste of money. There's lasers, IPL lasers, that are 10,000 won, and there's lasers that are 500,000 won, 600,000 won, 700,000 won. There's lasers from 10,000 won, like $10, to several $1,000s. It's the
quality.
It's quality, it's difference, it's the doctor, it's the service.
Got you.
It's just so hard to say. That's why, and plus what you need as well. So some people say Okay, so if it was her and me,
Mhm.
why would your treatment be different price from my treatment?
Right.
Well, as you can see, we have very different skins.
That's true.
Our pores are
Different
our,
skin concerns.
our
too.
colors are different. First of all,
Yeah.
our pores are different, and people darker like me, sometimes we can't do certain types of lasers that you can do.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yes, so
Okay.
darker people are limited in what they can do, and our pores, pigmentation. So basically, it's different depending on who you are, and you basically kind of get what you pay for in plastic surgery, skincare, dental.
Right.
You don't want to go cheap on something that's on your
On your
face. If you want to
face.
try it, but be warned that if you lower the price, if that's what you're focused on, it's just better to save up and pay for the good stuff.
Okay, so I have another question then. If then I have a budget, but of course I want the best quality, but like I can't get the best quality, or I want this and that and that. Like what would you do? Like let's say this is my budget, but I want all of these things, and it's very
Yeah.
expensive.
So on the agency side of Seoul Guide Medical, we actually ask for your budget. And when we first started asking for your budget, some people kind of took that wrong. Like, why do you want to know our budget?
Right.
And the reason is because of this. We want to know, if you have a certain amount of money, what's the maximum amount of stuff
Right.
and the highest quality we can get you for that amount of money.
Right. Right.
So that's the reason we sometimes ask for budget. These days, we don't tend to ask for budget too much because sometimes people were like, they didn't understand. Why are you asking for budget? It's because our goal is happy patients always. That's our motto. So we want to maximize your happiness and give you as much value as we can.
Right.
And our people are trained in the hospitals as well to try to, for the amount of money you have anyways, to maximize what you can get.
Right.
If
To
you-
give
if
you
you-
the best quality.
Yeah.
From the budget.
If you don't provide that budget, then
Yeah.
we can give you offers and stuff, and we're like, this is what you can get, but we're kind of lost because we don't know
Exactly
what you're looking for exactly.
What's the plastic trend these days? And can you share some of your latest, most advanced or mind-blowing skincare procedures?
So the plastic surgery trend these days really depends on which country you're coming from. In general, we try to make people as beautiful as they can be for their own facial structure and provide balance for their face.
That's
But
very important.
but there are some people who kind of want the trendy look. So these days, for example, in China and even over here, a very thin kind of nose is what's popular. Now that's really risky, and we warn people beforehand if they want to try it. If you have thick nostrils, some people just have thick skin here on the nostrils, and you want to tuck it in, you can tuck it in up to a limit, but anything more and it just gets hard to breathe. And then if you want a really thin nose, you got to do it with cartilage on the inside. If your nose is just thick on the skin and you try to make it as skinny as possible, it can possibly collapse.
Gotcha.
So we really try to push people away from going with trends and focusing more on what will suit their face better. But there are a lot of trends these days, and then 10 years down the line, the trend might change. So what I would recommend is instead of going with trends, go with what suits your face best forever.
How do you deal with those cases where the customer like knows exactly what she wants, but it's very, very not safe for her, kind of, or you think it's not gonna work, but she just insists?
So sometimes we don't accept those cases, and if we think it's safe, we'll do it. But if we think it's not safe or there could be some possible problem,
Right.
well, before you do any plastic surgery procedure, you will sign a release from the hospital
Right.
that says I take all this full responsibility for my own decisions.
Right.
But we really go through the consultation process deeply and hopefully try to convey that if you bring in a photo of like this superstar and you're like, I want her nose.
And her eyes and her
Yeah, we're like, we can get close to that, but we have to match it to you. Because if we put someone else's nose on your body, it's like Mr. Potato Head. You're like all out of proportion. So it's best to listen to the experts when it comes to this kind of thing.
And that's why I love your company, because they say no. Even if the customers want it, they want the safest and the best for their customers. So you guys say no sometimes, or you guys let them know the best way. And what are some of the most advanced procedures for skincare, or like mind-blowing? Like the sebum that you told me about your acne, that was just mind-blowing for me. So
we have a procedure to remove acne permanently, but we don't do this for just breakouts that happen. We do this for acne that comes back over and over. Have you ever had one of those?
Right.
Just never leaves. It's just in there forever. That's an overproduction of sebum. It's found on the inside of your skin. So the only way to remove it is to literally go inside, remove the sebum, let the remaining portion come out.
Right.
Then your body overproduces sebum for the next month or so. You might get a breakout here and there, but after a month, it clears off, and in that position, sebum will never come back, which means acne will never come back in that spot.
Right, and we talked about this in this video, but it was just mind-blowing for me. That's why I asked again. So any other one more procedure that is really trendy or that is most advanced or that's really like interesting?
Yeah, there's honestly so many, but my favorite one is the non-surgical facelifting, which goes in levels, right? So the first level is just the
laser
Kige. I am
Ulcera?
forgetting
The
my
machines,
English. I'm sorry. Yeah, the machines, the ultrasonic electrical impulses that lift your face and make you produce more collagen. Level 2 is thread lifting, a very light kind of thread. It's inserted from here. It's non-surgical.
From here?
Yeah, from here. It's inserted from here. Level 3 is the HIFU kind of non-surgical laser lifting, plus the threads.
That will be the maximizing effect, right?
Not yet.
Oh.
A couple more levels. So level 4 would be the thread lifts that are non-surgical still, but they're placed from here. This portion down. They're stronger, more advanced.
It just pulls it up like this.
Yeah, but it's still non-surgical.
Wow.
And then if you want the maximum effect for level 5, you would do these kinds of non-surgical threads, and then afterwards you would do the laser HIFU treatment. It's not actually laser, but we say laser just because people kind of know it as that.
Right.
It's actually ultrasonic electrical impulses that shoot into your skin.
Right. One more question, I'm sorry. It's so interesting and I want to know more. But what defines a surgery and surgical procedure? What's the difference? What does a non-surgical, surgical, like what is that?
So we define surgery as a procedure where you actually do some cutting. Or some kind of so there's non-surgical double eyelid surgery, for example.
Just one stitch.
Yeah, which is stitches. Usually these days it's at 3 points. Some people do it at 5 points.
Right.
It's like a stitching. That's considered non-surgical. There's no actual cutting.
Oh, interesting.
So all of these procedures for skincare that we're talking about now anyways are no cutting. And then if you want the best effect, you're going to have to do surgical, because no matter what we do for non-surgical, there's nothing like a facelift. And a facelift involves cutting, and if you do a facelift, get the neck right. That's what all professional top-level doctors say. If you get a facelift and you're cutting, you need to get the neck right. Otherwise, your face will be nice and tight, and your neck will be wrinkly. So you have to do both.
All right, so what is too much? Have you ever turned down someone for plastic surgery?
Yes, so we have turned people down for plastic surgery. Plastic surgery should be about you and what you want. You shouldn't be doing it if you want to impress someone else, if it's for anybody else but you. So we do have training, and to be honest, not all companies or hospitals follow these kinds of rules.
Right.
But in our company, we turn away people that we don't think have mentally analyzed everything, and it could damage them mentally. So yes, we have turned people away. Some people that are addicted to plastic surgery, and the surgery won't actually improve anything,
Right.
or it'll be too much damage compared to the benefit that they can get. So plastic surgery is a wonderful thing if you want to self-improve. I mean, if you're happy with the way you are, then stay the way you are. But if you want to improve, then who's anyone else to stop you from improving?
Right.
But you have to be mentally prepared for everything that comes associated with it. So yes, we have turned people away.
Why is it better to go to you rather than just going straight to the hospital?
Well, you can go straight to the hospital, but the thing is that they're not dedicated to serving international patients. So they don't have the benefits that we do. The price is actually the same, but they just don't have the facilities or the benefits. So if you go to the hospital directly, they'll take care of you as best they can, but they're not going to put someone next to you answering all of your questions the entire time. They're not going to be there checking in on you after the surgery as well. And when you contact them for aftercare, they're also not going to be able to handle that.
Right.
So they'll give you a translator if they have one as best as possible, but they just can't do what we can do. Also, we provide more services, because we actually get discounts, and then we can actually provide discounts more than the hospital can. And we provide things like airport pickup, accommodations, and a whole bunch of things that hospitals just don't do. In total, there's almost 30 services that we provide that hospitals don't. Plus, it's like cultural understanding. We can culturally understand patients.
Right. And even if I speak Korean, it was just better for Tony to be there to just explain to the doctor and the service.
It's really different. The whole reason I started the company in the first place was because of that, because I went to a hospital, and although they could speak English, no one actually took care of me or understood what I wanted and held my hand every step of the way. So it's not more expensive, it's either the same price or cheaper. You get more benefits and you have someone there actually helping you the entire time.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and I know that a lot of you guys came from MJ's channel, so big shout out to MJ. I love you, I miss you so much. And after this video, our next collab video is gonna be up at Happy's channel. I'm gonna leave everything in the description below, so don't forget to check it out. And big shout out to Seoul Medical Guide once again for making all of this possible. Thank you so much, Tony. I'm so glad that we became shopping buddies in Dubai, and I love speaking with you and spending time with you because you have so much knowledge about plastic surgery and also about skincare procedures. And I just wanted to talk about this before I end the video. I don't personally think that plastic surgery or even skincare procedures or even fillers, Botox, or whatever it may be should be thought of lightly. Let me just say it clearly, because I know that Derek also got fillers recently too, and I shared it in a vlog, and I told you guys then too that it's nothing that should be thought of lightly. You really need to talk to an expert or even a few experts if you can get the chance to. Or I think having someone, an expert like Tony, you can ask him which may be the best hospital to go to for your specific situation or skin concerns, or even if you have questions about plastic surgery or even dental things. And I just want to let you guys know that before you make any decision, you should think it through for a very long time. So just making sure that it's not a spontaneous thing, because everybody goes through this, but I have my days where throughout the month, like a whole week or more so, I have the slump where I feel really not pretty and I feel really ugly and I feel very self-conscious about everything. And I think it comes to every single person. No one is ever fully 365 days feeling beautiful, feeling confident, it comes and goes. And I think that's really true. There's no one out there that feels confident every single day of their lives, it's gonna come and go. I do feel like getting some help, especially in the skincare area, if you are having severe acne or you have eczema or you have certain type of things that you can't really take care of just with skincare. I feel like it's really good to see an expert to figure out what is going on and what you're diagnosed with so that you can treat it the right way. So I'm not saying that skincare is not important either. As you guys know, skincare is so important. Skincare and procedures, it has to go hand in hand. Even if you get a really good procedure, if you don't take care of your skin afterwards with skincare, it's not gonna work. Just remember that whatever decision you make, I really want you to research. I want you to think it through. I want you to consult with an expert or even a few experts. And if you do have any questions and you wanna send a DM to Tony, you are more than welcome to do it. They will answer all of your questions. And I'm so excited for this new series with Tony because I really am so grateful for the fact that I can give you guys better options. If skincare products aren't working for you, no matter what kind of products that you're using, and you need help from a professional, I feel like there's so much out there again that it's hard to choose. You need the help, but you don't know where to go or what to do or what kind of treatments to get. I think this will be an amazing chance for me to learn also, and for you guys to learn as well at the same time. Okay, so I'm like, my armpits are sweating because I was like so passionate, because I think I had to let you guys know how I felt, where I stand by plastic surgery and skincare procedures and all of that. I just wanted to make that clear. And I have some exciting Dubai videos coming up too on my channel. I have a get ready with me with MJ. I have vlogs that I filmed for you guys, and I'm just so excited to finally share them with you guys. And I have another video that is like it's like something that's different, but I always wanted to start doing fashion contents too, and I felt like I was kind of scared because I know what I like, but for me to explain that, it was kind of difficult for me because I only talk usually about skincare and things like that. But I had so many DMs and I had so many comments always asking me like where I got this t-shirt or where I got this bag and things like that. So I'm not an expert in fashion, but I thought I will share with you guys what what I love, you know, and what I bought and things like that also. So I have a lot of amazing videos from Dubai coming up, and you have to stay tuned in, okay? And don't forget to like this video. It really means a lot to me. The algorithm in YouTube, they like spread it out more, you know, so help EuniUnni out with that. And don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah! Bye! Ando! Don't I look like Matilda? Matilda, like a Korean Matilda, like a much older Matilda.